Hello, little monsters. It's me, Princeton Vice, here with Memento Mori.
And a crappy New Year to you.
It's January 1st, which means it's every horror host's favorite day.
Halloween?
Correction, it's every horror host's second favorite day. It's Public Domain Day. So, in the United States, as of today, films, plays, and books published in 1928 are now in the public domain. Also, sound recordings from 1923. This means that they are free for you to broadcast. We're going to share some of those movies with you now.
Or we can just keep that info for yourself.
Tempting, but that would not be neighborly. After all, we're all here to help each other out, right? Now, 2023 saw some really epic movies become public, like Metropolis, or Faust, and The Bells. This year, the pickings are a little slimmer. Fingers crossed the laws don't change, because 2027 is gonna be epic. Now, a disclosure. While the original print of the film, if it survives, is public, any restorations are copyrighted from the date of the restoration, so you can't use it. Likewise, if you find a recording of a silent film, the musical score might have been written or recorded after 1928 and thus not free to use, so you may need to cobble together your own score. Movie number 1, Alrone, aka A Daughter of Destiny. This is a German horror sci-fi film inspired by old myths of mandrakes and homunculi. It's basically asking what if Frankenstein's monster was a femme fatale. Number 2, Sweeney Todd, a silent movie version of the penny dreadful tale of greed and cannibalism. Not to be confused with the 1936 talkie with Todd Slaughter. Number 3, The Man Who Laughs. This is technically not a horror, more of a dark drama based on the Victor Hugo book, but it's so saturated with expressionist gloom that it'll fit right at home. It stars Conrad Veidt as Gwynplaine, a man whose face is disfigured into a grotesque grin. Number 4, West of Zanzibar, a dark adventure starring Lon Chaney Sr. set in Africa. Very much of a heart of darkness story about power and revenge. Number 5, Fall of the House of Usher. This is a full-length French production directed by Jean Epstein. However, also released this year is a 13-minute American version of the story. And speaking of Poe, we'll give you a freebie. There's another 20-minute short of The Telltale Heart that's public too. Lastly, I want to give an honorable mention to The Last Warning. It's a dark house thriller comedy that looks really good. Sadly, it's possible that only a restored version survives, meaning it's not free to broadcast. As an alternative, I recommend The Cat and the Canary, which came public last year. If you end up using any of these films, or if you have any recommendations, post them below. Have a great year, horror hosts!
If your monster's sad and bitter, or he's feeling like a quitter, see the monster sitter, Mr. Princeton Vice.